Utah is home to some of the most extraordinary landscapes on Earth. The towering sandstone monuments, the endless desert roads, the landscapes that have appeared in films for generations. And for years, it existed in my imagination, a place I wanted to experience for myself. But I wasn't sure if reality could ever live up to the picture I had built in my head. For 15 days, my dad and I traveled across Utah. From ancient Navajo lands to some of the wildest landscapes, we witnessed places that just felt out of this world and experienced things we'll remember for the rest of our lives.
Here we go, welcome to Hell's Revenge.
Just look at the view. Really overwhelmed. This is as remote as it can get. Things never go as expected. This was our journey through Utah. It's 6 a.m. in the morning. We just woke up, and where else to start this amazing road trip than the amazing Wildest, the Monument Valley. You see, beautiful sunrise. Right now we are going to go and meet a very elder Navajo native. His name is Don, so he'll show us around the valley.
Are you all set and ready to go? We're gonna head out to Monument Valley. Actually, we don't call it Monument Valley. The traditional name is Nigolbitin, which means the trails of the wind. The wind blows all the time. That's what created a lot of these monuments we're going to be looking at. If you look at in the distance there, you'll begin to see a lot of white running through these sandstones. So the people that live within this area, they also call it Sebeatinziski, which means white within the sandstone. It was actually all underwater many years ago.
As we entered the valley, it quickly became clear that there was more here than the landscape itself. Behind every monument, every canyon, and every stretch of desert was a story shaped by generations of history, tradition, and culture. The valley is connected by a 17-mile scenic loop road that winds through some of its most iconic formations. While anyone can drive it, we wanted to see it through the eyes of someone who calls this place home.
Ancient people live here long before many Indian people. They live out here 600 AD. People say they disappeared. No. They became Pueblo Indians. Pueblo Indians are Hopi, Zuni, Acoma, lots of them. Not Navajo.
Oh.
It was the Zuni who called us Navajo. When the Zuni Indians lived throughout this Four Corner area, they noticed Navajo planted corn different. Navajo planted corn in a big circle, not in rows. So the Zuni, when they saw that, they kept saying, the Nava. In their language, they're saying they cultivate different. That's what Navajo means.
Listening to these stories, it became clear that the Monument Valley is much more than the landscape most people recognize from photographs.
Way up there, that's where the Anasazi people once lived, way up there in the caves.
For the Navajo people, this is a sacred place, a land connected to generations of history, tradition, and culture. Even today, families continue to live within the valley, preserving a way of life that remains deeply tied to the land.
By dawn. This one is for ceremony. It's called male hogan.
Okay.
The other one is female hogan.
It's beautiful.
No nails. They're all put in place. Again, this stays open all the time. The doorway always faces east because that's the way the sun comes up. Yeah, you take good care of them.
After spending the morning learning about the valley and its history, we returned to explore it on our own. By now, the landscape looked completely different. The clouds that had covered the valley all morning had finally drifted away, revealing clear blue skies above the desert. Under the afternoon sun, the sandstone monuments seemed brighter, larger, and even more dramatic. This is called the thumb. Just look at it. Some of these buttes rise hundreds of meters from the valley floor. What we see today is a result of millions of years of erosion, as wind and water slowly stripped away the softer rock, leaving behind these massive stone monuments. The reason why this valley became so famous was because of one man, John Ford. Beginning in the 1930s, he filmed some of the Hollywood's most iconic westerns here, forever turning this valley into the symbol of the American West. But beyond the iconic landscapes and the movie history, I wanted to capture something else, a photograph that reflected the spirit of the people who have lived here for centuries. And after spending time in the valley, I finally found that moment. Just a few miles north of Monument Valley lies another extraordinary landscape, the Valley of the Gods. Last night it was a severe thunderstorm and very strong wind gusts. We barely slept, but we left very early in the morning just to see the Valley of Gods. It's 40 miles from Monument Valley, and again same landscape, same DNA, but very few crowds. Far less visited than its famous neighbor, this remote valley is home to towering sandstone buttes that rise dramatically from the desert floor. According to Navajo tradition, these formations are believed to be the ancient warriors, standing watch over the land for eternity. After spending the last few days exploring Monument Valley, we thought we had seen the best it had to offer. We were wrong. There was still one final adventure waiting for us. A place that many consider to be the ultimate viewpoint of the valley. But reaching there is a whole new experience. There are no paved roads leading to the top, and reaching there would be nearly impossible without someone who knows the terrain. Honestly, this is the toughest off-road I have ever been to. There is no road. Nearly 3 hours later, we reached the top. And suddenly, everything opened up. Just look at the view. Really overwhelmed. From Hunts Mesa, Monument Valley stretched endlessly across the horizon. Right now, we are just going to go towards the edge of that rock. The sunset will happen maybe in next half an hour. So, that will be an amazing spot just to sit there. From this vantage point, the famous buttes seemed almost miniature against the vastness of the desert beyond. It's mind-blowing. As the sun began to set, the entire valley transformed beneath us. It was, without question, one of the most spectacular sunsets we witnessed anywhere in Utah.
That silhouette of that tree too, with the fire going. Oh man, it's a good photo.
Like there, like right there, huh?
Yeah. So you.
As darkness settled over the mesa, Shay joined us along with another Navajo local. Shay had helped arrange all of our experiences within this valley, introducing us to places and people we would have never discovered on our own. We spent the evening sharing stories and learning more about the culture, history, and traditions of the Navajo people.
Of like just being out here, you know, like I was telling him the story that he told. The holy people adorned him with certain magic. That there's words that a lot of our young people don't know, like elelek. That means like the cheapest way that I can translate that as like magic. It's like a phenomena. It's like a rare. It is old. It is beyond our comprehension. Like what he explained, like their voice could only be here when that was there, but when it went away, then their voice took off again. Like that's magic. That's a lilik and ben dos ba. Like that's such an to me it's like my generation, like that's such an old word because I don't hear people using it anymore. And I think I know it's when our elders say that to you, they see how you've been blessed by the holy people, and you will now carry that magic, that burden, that power, and it's a mix of all of it, right? It's a mixture of both good and bad, and that's how you get your energy, your magic, and your wonderful zeal for life, right? And then we die. So it's important to talk about these things and share as much as possible, because the holy people want us to share it. It's a piece, it's a part of healing. And I think as Navajo people, we've learned to evolve, learning from other cultures as well. And there's a lot of similarities. I'm pretty sure as indigenous people all over the world, we are connected in so many ways, right?
There was something magical about spending the night on top of Hunts Mesa, surrounded by silence, stars, and the stories of the people who have called this land home for generations. Good morning.
Good morning. You ready to go down?
Yeah. It's really cold up here. We just woke up, and in the night, it literally felt the wind will blow away the tent. The wind was ridiculously strong, but we had a good sleep. The following morning, we woke up to our final sunrise over Monument Valley. Over the past few days, we had explored its famous viewpoints, discovered hidden corners of the valley, and gained a deeper understanding of the history, culture, and traditions woven into this landscape. There are some experiences which always stays with you, and I believe this is one of them. Little did we know, Monument Valley was only the first chapter of our adventure that would take us across some of the most extraordinary landscapes in Utah.
My name's Robbie. I'm going to be your guide today. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So I have 3 jobs to do today. Epic asked me to do 3 jobs for you. Job number 1 is to keep you safe. Safety is job number 1. Job number 2 is to make sure we're having fun. And then job 3 is to make sure we bring these vehicles back damage-free. Now, while we're in the cars, I always just ask people to keep your arms and legs inside the vehicles, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, everything inside the vehicle at all times, okay? I've seen people drive in and they put their arm up on the roll cage or over the door and rocks flip up off the tires and smack you really good. So that's not fun, right? And then worst case scenario, the car might tip over.
Okay.
It might roll. So just be real mindful. You're not gonna stop the car by putting your hands out.
Yeah.
Trying to stop the car. No, it's not going to happen. So just hold on to the steering wheel.
Okay.
Hold on to the handlebar in front of you. Just hold on and ride it out, right? Now, I've never had anyone roll over, so we're not going to start today, okay?
Start up the motor again, go ahead.
Often regarded as one of the off-road capitals of the world, Moab has become a bucket list destination for adventure seekers. From mountain biking and rock climbing to canyoneering and legendary off-road trails, every adventure here begins on red sandstone. Despite never having driven an ATV before, we began our adventure on Fins and Things, a beginner-friendly trail designed to get us comfortable on Moab's famous slickrock.
Oh man, thanks to him, he's driving good. He's doing really good.
So we are halfway up there.
Yes.
So how are you feeling?
Initially I was a little scared, but now after this 1 hour drive, I'm feeling a bit confident. It is really scary, but
And if you just keep looking around, you'll see all the trails, all the black marks where cars drive. And if you look off in the distance this way, you'll be able to see some cars, if your eyes are really good, out on Hell's Revenge. So we're just adjacent to Hell's Revenge. You can see some of the trail going out across that way. And we're gonna be over there in just a few minutes.
As our confidence grew, it was finally time for Utah's most legendary off-road trail.
All right, here we go. Welcome to Hell's Revenge. Yeah, so we'll go up this way and then down the other side, and then we're going to climb back up the other way and down this side either way. So if you want to get there, Jonah, we can.
And then this big hill right here, we used to be able to drive on this big hill. It's called Lion's Back.
So we don't?
The Lion's Back. Yeah, there was too many wrecks, too many accidents, so they ended up closing it about 15 years ago. So now it's off limits. Looks pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Fantastic. I forgot my parachute. Sorry.
Exploring these trails with my dad was something I'll always remember. Every obstacle we crossed became another memory we shared together.
Big middle toe right there. There's some more incomplete prints. And then all the way right to here.
Oh.
Now we got a big one, huh? So another two-legged dinosaur, another theropod, that meat eater. This white stuff's the plaster they used to take the molds with when they first discovered them. So a little bit of the plaster is left over. But yeah, right there, about 120 million years or so ago, dinosaurs stood on the same spot.
Just look at the sunlight, huh?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. This is the best time of day right here for the lighting. All right, how about that? Did you have fun? Yeah. Good time. Great driving, man. It was a pleasure. Good times. Yeah, good job. That was fun.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're out here with us today.
we enjoyed it.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun. Come back and see us again.
The following morning, we set out to visit one of the Utah's most iconic landmarks, the Delicate Arch. To avoid the crowds and desert heat, we arrived at the trailhead just before sunrise. I think that's the way. The weather is clear, so we will have a nice view. And the parking lot was already full, even though it was 5 a.m. in the morning. And that's how you know how famous this place is. The hike is only 3 miles round trip, but the exposed slick rock and steady climb make it more challenging than it first appears. It's almost sunrise time now. About an hour later, we caught our first glimpse of the arch. This is so beautiful. Standing nearly 52 feet tall and carved entirely by nature, it felt even more impressive standing directly beneath it. Over the next couple of days, we continued exploring Arches National Park, home to more than 2,000 natural sandstone arches, the highest concentration of arches found anywhere on this planet. Beautiful sight. This is Double Arch. It's a pothole arch. The reason why it's called pothole because this arch was just a small puddle of water at one point of time. And after thousands of years, the swirling water poked through. Arches National Park is unlike anywhere else on Earth. Millions of years ago, an ancient underground salt bed caused the sandstone above it to crack into long parallel fins. Those fractures became the perfect canvas for wind, water, and ice to slowly carve the world's largest concentration of natural arches. So you see that arch that is being formed right now. But as spectacular as Arches was, another sunrise was waiting for us in Canyonlands National Park. Mesa Arch, one of the most photographed sunrise locations in the American Southwest. For barely 20 minutes, the first light of day transformed the entire landscape, and the vast canyons beyond slowly lit up beneath the rising sun. Most of the arches are in Arches National Park, but this one is in Canyonlands. Feels unreal. And we got a good shot of the morning sunrise. There was a lot of people taking the photo. It was one of those rare moments where everything around us seemed to come alive. Carved over millions of years by the Colorado and Green Rivers, this is the largest national parks in Utah, with thousands of square kilometers of towering mesas, deep canyons, and dramatic overlooks. You can see the Colorado River just carving through all these canyons. Looks like the earth just tore itself apart. Every viewpoint revealed just how vast and untouched this landscape really is. After exploring the parks from above, we wanted to experience Utah from a completely different perspective. It was finally time to descend into the canyons themselves.
My name is Faith Dickey. I'm the owner and operator of Elevate Outdoors, which I've got a sticker somewhere on my car. Oh, it's over there. There's my...
Here.
Oh, here, yeah, exactly. Today we're going canyoneering. We're going to do Rock of Ages, which is my favorite canyon in Moab. So I'm excited to take you both through it. Have you gone canyoneering before?
No.
Oh, cool.
First time.
What about rappelling?
No.
Oh, everything's new. Cool, I'm excited. Well, if anyone gets scared,
Yeah.
I will coach you through it. I'll give you good instruction.
Yeah.
It's normal to be scared when you rappel off a cliff. Yeah, this whole loop is about 6 miles. Yeah, so it's just at this part of the trail. So we're gonna go up that gully and we just have to be careful to avoid it. So there's moments where you kind of have to dance through it, but it's not too bad. 99% of people I guide do this with no rope.
Okay.
So mostly it's just about moving slow and carefully. Yep, other foot. Yes. Step there. Yes, nice. Nice. Here. Yeah.
Yeah, we are done with our first scramble. It was scary at first, but I guess once you get a hang of it and you start trusting your feet, it becomes easier.
Wait for me.
Unlike a traditional hike, Rock of Ages is a technical canyoneering route. Scrambling across sandstone, squeezing through narrow passages, and rappelling deep into the canyon. Every section requires experience and preparation. Deep in these remote canyons, there are no signs, no cell service, and no easy way out if something goes wrong. Flash flood, extreme heat, and getting lost are real risks in this desert. Yeah. This is the first time canyoning. Even Dad did a pretty nice job. Before we even reached our first rappel, things didn't quite go as planned.
Is it okay?
No, it broke down. I did something very stupid. I was flying through the canyons and somehow the DJI controller logged me out. And there is no network here, so it restricted me to 30 meters height. So I couldn't even go higher than the canyon wall. And we were just going through the scramble. And I don't know, I just switched to sports mode. And somehow I stopped looking at the drone and was trying to get a shot. And it crashed on the wall. I was heartbroken, but we were here for an experience that was too special to end there.
Yeah, so this plant is like a pepper plant. And so these little buds on the end are quite spicy. So you can try them. There.
Tastes like wasabi.
Tastes like wasabi. Exactly.
Very different here.
So if you're stranded in the desert, you know another plant you can eat to survive.
Nice. After nearly 90 minutes of hiking and scrambling, we finally reached the highlight of the route.
Get your camera ready. Ooh!
Cool. The Pool Arch Rappel, a 130-foot drop into the canyon below.
That's where we're rappelling from.
Cool.
So I have a rule about cliffs. Everyone has to stay 2 meters away unless you're on a rope. All right, you can grab harnesses. And I'll double check everyone's harness before you go down. There's probably no one there, but you should always yell before throwing anything off the cliff. Flip you in over here and make sure you're locked, so I'll belay you to the edge.
Are you scared? Yes.
Me too. Good, it means your brain works. If you weren't scared, it would be more concerning. You're doing it. Yes, yeah, and keep walking. Right hand goes here, left hand goes here.
It's scary.
As it should be.
It was scary as hell.
Or just go for it. Also works.
Reaching the canyon floor after the first rappel was an incredible feeling. This trail is considered moderate to difficult route, with 3 rappels that take you through some of the Moab's most spectacular hidden sandstone canyons. All okay?
You'll be clipped to this rope here, and I will be standing here as you go over. So I'll be hip belaying like this. So my job, I'm a meat anchor. So if you fall, you're on my body, and it actually works really well, even for people heavier. Yes. And kind of with this rope, the goal is for it to hook right here after you go a little lower. So get your arm out from under it. Around the tree, there's good holds. Yeah, nice. Good job.
Hair up.
Yeah, exactly. And now you can climb down.
Thank you.
Go to your left. Go to your left. Whoa, what are you drunk?
After nearly 5 hours of hiking, scrambling, and rappelling through the canyon, we finally reached the last descent.
Go down. Our anchor is down there. So I rappel down to it, and then I set up my ropes, and then I'll belay you to me from the edge. Bang. No standing up, because it all slopes down. So if you trip, you'll just roll all the way off. Nice. And you can grab the chain. Yeah. Get your feet down on that slide.
She has put a fiddle stick, which is a releasable system, where they can retrieve the rope once they're down because there is nobody up, right? Let's release it. Wait.
Pull hard.
As we completed the final rappel and stepped out of the canyon, it felt like the perfect way to end our time in Moab. This place had given us adventures we'll never forget, but Utah still had more surprises waiting for us. So we left Moab in the morning, and on the way to Hanksville, which is our next destination, we took a small detour to go to a very remote slot canyon, which is Utah's one of the most iconic slot canyons. Very few people have heard of it, and it's very remote, so we will cross one ranger station as well. So if you see, there is nobody around. Reaching this part of Utah requires a high clearance 4-wheel drive. And along the way, we crossed unexpected sand dunes, sculpted over thousands of years by the desert winds.
How are you doing today?
Hey, nice to meet you. Aki.
Bryce, pleasure. So going out to Spur.
And you'll leave right here our boundaries, and it'll say leaving Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. So everything after that is all BLM land.
Have to go there?
It's not too bad. There's a couple spots where it's pretty tight, and you might want to be doing like a little bit of stemming, essentially, kind of, you know. But right now it's in pretty good condition. Really, it's just about never going down something you don't feel comfortable, you know, going back up.
Beyond the ranger station, it's just miles of rugged desert tracks leading into one of the Utah's wildest landscapes. No signs, no cell service, and very few visitors. After driving almost 40 minutes in the dirt road, we finally found the trailhead.
Here we go.
Right now, we are in one of the remotest part of US called Robert's Roost. It's one of the most remote wilderness canyon systems in the entire lower 48 states of US. There is nobody around for miles. It took us nearly 20 minutes just to find a safe way into the canyon. The challenge wasn't getting down, it was making sure we could climb back out. आराम से बैग रखो. हाँ. This is as remote as it can get. When people think of slot canyons, Antelope Canyon is usually the first place that comes to mind. But scattered across the deserts of Utah and Arizona are countless hidden canyons that remain almost unknown. High Spur Canyon is one of them. The moment we stepped inside, it was hard to believe a place like this could exist. Towering sandstone walls surrounded us, and apart from the sound of our footsteps, there was complete silence. Over millions of years, powerful flash floods slowly carved these narrow sandstone walls into the slot canyon we were now walking through. Just look at this. So this happened because of the flash flood. Again, this is not Antelope Canyon. This is in Utah. Beautiful. What made it even more special was how untouched it felt. Some of these sections of these walls are so narrow that we can barely pass through. Oh. I don't even have space to put my feet. Look what we found. Hey. Yeah, so we decided to just head back down because now there is a section where we have to get down and we are not sure if we can get back up, so it's better not to take any risk. Let's go. But it was beautiful. The route eventually ends with a technical rappel, but without the ropes, the only way back is the same way you came in. We could have stayed here for hours, but eventually it was time to leave this hidden corner of Utah behind. So we just reached Hanksville. It's very hot today. So we'll just check in, and now next couple of days we'll just explore this area. Hanksville is a tiny desert town that until just a few years ago remained largely off the radar for most travelers. Surrounded by some of the most unusual landscapes in the American Southwest, it has quietly become a destination for photographers searching for places that feel unlike anywhere else on Earth. For the next couple of days, we explored landscapes that look like another planet. This whole place looks like a movie set from Lord of the Rings. Welcome to the Middle Earth. Millions of years ago, an ancient sea stretched across this land. All that's left is a landscape carved by time. The more we explored, the more unreal it all felt. Raw, wild, unlike anything we had ever seen. Yeah, this place is amazing. So if you see, the whole area is a very different color than whole of Utah. It's muted gray, no colors. And they say like that giant dome of rock actually came beneath the earth many millions of years ago, and then the water carved through these canyons. The facility behind me, you see, is Mars Desert Research Center, which has been built just to simulate the human Mars missions for future colonizations. Yeah, so the big building you see there, the biggest dome, just on the left, the most left-hand side. So that's basically a two-story building where, at a time, 6 scientists live, and it also includes the greenhouse and the science lab. So it's just to replicate how they would live and do the research on Mars. So very interesting, and we'll try to take some shots around this area, and because it's a very different landscape than any other landscape what we saw yesterday, which was gray, but this one is more on a reddish tones. So very interesting. Our final stop in Hanksville was Goblin Valley State Park. The moment we arrived, it felt like stepping into a landscape straight out of a science fiction film.
Wow.
Stretching across the valley were thousands of strange mushroom-shaped rock formations, each sculpted over millions of years by wind, water, and time. The reason why it's called the Goblin Valley is all these structures look like goblins. They call it hoodoos. The harder sandstone at the top protected the softer rock below, slowly creating the unique shapes that gave this place its name. Yeah, it's really hot. Again, this valley doesn't have any trail. It's just 3 different valleys and you can just wander around. We just explored a little bit of Valley 1 and Valley 2 and then now we will head back. As we left Hanksville behind, one thing became clear. Some of the most unforgettable places aren't the ones you have heard about. They are the ones you discover for yourself. And Hanksville was exactly that. After days of exploring rugged deserts, deep canyons and towering cliffs, we arrived somewhere completely different from everything we had seen so far. More than 14,000 years ago, this entire basin lay beneath the ancient Lake Bonneville. As the lake slowly disappeared, it left behind the vast salt flats that stretch across the horizon today. So right now we are at Stansbury Island, which is the second largest island in the Great Salt Lake after the Antelope Island. But again, this island is no longer an island. The water level became so low, now it has kind of become a peninsula because you can actually drive through. From up there, the scale of the landscape was impossible to ignore. The wind was so strong we could barely stand. So we continued towards the Bonneville salt flats. After another 90 minutes on the road, we finally arrived. Nothing could have prepared us for the sheer scale of it. An endless sea of white stretching in every direction.
Here we go.
It's super windy today, but this place is beautiful. So this is a remnant of Lake Bonneville, which is a prehistoric lake, and it existed in the last ice age many thousands of years ago. And that time it covered most of Utah, Nevada, and Idaho. So it was pretty huge. But now the water has been evaporated and what is left is just this salt. Even after driving all the way across Utah, this place was worth every mile. With one final look behind us, we set off for the last chapter of our journey. After nearly 2 weeks on the road, driving across Utah had become an adventure in itself. Every day brought a completely different landscape, and just when we thought we had seen it all, Utah had one more surprise waiting for us. Hidden away in the southwest corner of the state lies coral pink sand dunes. Unlike most sand dunes, the sand here gets its distinctive pink color from the surrounding Navajo sandstone. Over thousands of years, wind had carried the sand into the valley, creating a sea of dunes in the middle of the desert. It was incredible to find a place like this, hidden away in southern Utah. But the journey wasn't over yet. Before sunrise the next morning, we set off for the final highlight of our road trip. So right now we are going for the Navajo Queens Loop Trail, and it's considered one of the most beautiful trails in all of Bryce Canyon. We saw the sunrise. We came 5 in the morning. It was just phenomenal. No words. The best part of doing this hike in the morning is very few crowds. Just look at this.
वहाँ जाना है नीचे.
We have to go there, all the way down. Walking the Navajo and Queen's Garden Trail felt completely different from looking down from the rim. It's so peaceful here. Every turn revealed another maze of towering sandstone spires. It's amazing how this sandstone glows in the sun, bright orange, beautiful. This 3.5 mile loop winds through some of the most spectacular sections of Bryce Canyon, taking you deep into the heart of its remarkable hoodoo landscape.
Beautiful.
Despite its name, Bryce Canyon isn't actually a canyon. It's a series of vast natural amphitheaters, home to the largest collection of hoodoos anywhere on Earth. For millions of years, rain, snow, and freezing temperatures have slowly sculpted these incredible rock formations into the landscape we see today.
One of the most beautiful hikes I have ever done. The colors were different when we came early morning. Now it's more washed out, but still beautiful. Just see. We came all the way down from there.
We spent the next 2 days exploring this amazing place. Looking back, this journey became about so much more than the places we visited. Somewhere along the way, I remembered why I love to travel. Not for the destinations, but for the moments you'll remember long after the journey is over. And this road trip gave us plenty of them. As we packed our bags and left Utah behind, I knew this wasn't just another road trip. It was one we'll remember for the rest of our lives. Hi, I'm Aki. First of all, thank you so much for watching. Making films like this is something I truly love and enjoy, and every like, every comment, every share and every bit of support helps me keep doing it. Making films like this takes weeks, a lot of planning, a lot of traveling, a lot of editing, and it's only possible because of people who choose to support this channel. And yeah, if you want to see more films like this, subscribing is one of the best ways. And if you want to support any further projects, I have put a link below and you can contribute directly. Take care.